Welcome back, one and all, to Dynne Plays Dragon Quest 9 on the No, don't look at me. Don't interrupt me while I'm doing my intro. On the last episode, we did side quests, and on today's episode, we might be making progress in terms of the story. If, of course, we can get past some enemies. We need to do some bios. We are falling behind, and I am the only one who can judge that because I am the only one with the knowledge of the enemies. We need to go... Don't interrupt me, shivery shrubberies. We need to go to the north, if I may backtrack like 3 steps up these stairs. In Snowberry, just directly north of Swine Dimples, there is this area up to the north that we've never been to. And I would like to go to this area because it has several enemies and things I would like to explore. This is the Kringle Coast, and you can see one of the enemies right in front of us. They are staring me down and then running away. For the longest time, I thought that those types of enemies were called tiger tars. They're not called tiger tars. They're called triger tars. I have no idea why, but these things, okay, we got 2 new enemies, which is good. But like, look at their names. They're triger tars, not tiger tars. I thought they were tiger tars because, you know, they're literal tigers. For the, like, decades of my life, I thought they were tiger tars. They're triger tars. This is incredible. This is knowledge that is being beamed into my brain from the omniscient tomes. Anyway, we also have a cure slime. This is the bodyguards of these two triger tars. If I say tiger tars, you know why. But these guys, these have been paid in liquid gold, the cure slime's jelly, to be bodyguards. Let us introduce ourselves to the wisdom and the knowledge of the ancient tomes about these 3 individuals. White trigertars love to cover themselves in fluffy and powdery snow. They use it as a camouflage to hide from prospective prey. Not that they really need it, as their fur is a snow-white color naturally, but no one is really brave enough to dissuade them out of the habit. The last one to try was an admittedly foolish adventurer, and he was quickly introduced to the business end of the Trigertar's spears. Capable of divining the future, soothe slimes make for proficient healers due to their ability to have the perfect medicine or healing spell at the ready. Despite their propensity for healing, they rarely find enjoyment in what they do. Their foresight causes them immense anguish because they do not just see the future as it will be, but as it may be. Seeing how any given situation can go terribly wrong is hell on their mental states. Unfortunately, they all must die. What is the strategy? I think Dynne wants to attack the tiger slime. Charles wants to boom. Charles just wants to make everything explode. And then Nuts and Bolts can just attack as normal for the Trigertars. Explode! 69 damage. Nice. Don't poke me. Ow, you've perforated my liver. That's not good. Are you gonna do something? Wow, I am honestly kind of shocked that the Cure Slime, which is the healer, wants to attack. I suppose in the end it doesn't really matter because they're all dead, but just because enemies are easy to kill does not mean they should be underestimated. No, they should not. $500? I will take it. I will gladly take that. I do believe there's one more enemy and one more location. Maybe 2 locations. I want to explore the Kringle Coast a tiny teensy bit because that peninsula off on the beach is something that's worth your time. Kind of? Maybe? Potentially. It's something to be aware of at the very... Why is there should be items spawning. I believe this area can normally spawn... dudes, right, okay, fine, Icy-Killers. We can learn about Icy-Killers as well, and it's striking before the party has a chance to attack. Why are you're bouncy? Gentle criminal. Fine, you can have that hero, villain, and persona if you so desire. It's kind of meaningless to me. It doesn't matter. Icy-Killers. Icy-Killers make their livings by selling specially made ice sculptures. Having practiced the ancient art of ice sculpting since childhood, where they chopped up ice cubes, these frigid tundra treaders are the envy of the Snowberian coast. The reason why their sculptures are so famed is because they never melt, even when exposed to direct heat. Apparently, there is some secret method in their carving techniques that creates some form of chemical bond in the ice's hydrogen-oxygen bonds that prevents them from melting. People have been known to pay millions of gold for even small sculptures. Full-on assault. Full-on frontal. Don't slash me. Ow, 32. They're quick and dangerous. A lot of the enemies that are going to be out and about in this particular area of the map, they're probably going to, you know, do a lot of damage and outspeed you for a bit going forward. I don't expect them to be, like, super easy to fight. Because even right now, while they are technically easy to fight, they do a lot of damage as well. I believe this is a location that you can find thick essence, something like. Do I have any that I can show off? I might, not organized items. Do I have any just that I've found? No, I do not, which is unfortunate. This is a location for alchemy ingredients. I don't know why they're not there, but it's fine that they're not. I can deal. I also want to check out this little area sequestered away by the cliffs. I have no idea if there's anything over here, but I want to check it out regardless. And you may also notice, pretty obviously, that on the map there is an island just off the coast. Ooh, a grave? Intriguing. What is this? I'm sure this will come in handy for some esoteric quest in the far-flung future, just as that island to the north will come in very important in the far-flung future. Not anytime soon. Please don't get your hopes up about this grave and that island being in any way, shape, or form useful in the immediate future. They are very much not. But with that, I do believe I'm going to go back to Swine Dimples for a brief moment. Because the Cure Slime was an enemy that you could also find in the old school, like underneath Swine Dimples, but I never found one, so I couldn't do it in the bio before. But they are admittedly easier to find in Kringle Coast. And the Trigertars, I believe, are also mainly found in Kringle Coast, as well as the Icy-Killers, which is coincidentally why I went over to the Kringle Coast to go and find them and track them down and kill them, because, well, my bestiary thirsts for blood, and that is what I do. And in that same vein, I must continually satisfy my bestiary, or new episodes will never come out, because the bestiary, it much like the omniscient tomes that I frequently read. I don't want to necessarily call it reading the omniscient tomes, because I'm not necessarily reading the tomes. It's more along the lines of I prostrate myself before the omniscient tomes, and if they deem me worthy enough to have knowledge, they will just metaphysically, quantum mechanically, just beam it straight into my brain. And I don't really know how to feel about that, because sometimes it gives me a pounding migraine, and it's really painful. But, you know, when a god gives you esoteric knowledge, you really don't have much of an opportunity to say no. Charles, why, Crackle, why would you do so much damage to everyone? I literally just went and healed them. But just like the omniscient tomes, the bestiary is some kind of metaphysical construct of nature. I think it's a minor god, but it too thirsts for blood. And if I don't kill enough new enemies in an appropriate amount of time, well, things go terribly, terribly, terribly wrong. So we need to continue, and to continue to satiate it with more monster blood, we need to go down to Harmony, because that is, no, don't touch any more shrubberies. Leave me alone, get across the bridge, go, 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 good, 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 good. Harmony, right, we've been here before. We needed to go up in that direction to get the Treeville and the axe, and we need to go there in the future, which is today in this episode. But there are also a lot of enemies over here that we just completely skipped because I was in a rush. The first of which is, of course, this giant purple and green dude, as well as this purple and pointy dude, the Manguini, and either a Scourget or a Cougaret. Cougaret. Because, as you all know, if a purple makeup-wielding spear master tries to flirt with you, probably be aware of where their spear is, or else they might, I don't know, perforate some livers. Anyway, Manguinis have giant jaws. Take it away, omniscient tomes. When evolution forces your species to have a perpetually unhinged jaw, most would find it ugly and unwieldy. The Manguini, however, makes it work. Mostly, at least. Their biggest problem is dealing with drool. You see, whenever they try and close their mouths, they simply don't have enough room for their tongues, which inevitably stick out. Many people take this as insulting behavior and shun manguinis, but the manguinis themselves do not care at all, mainly because the small-jawed humans don't even have small wings, let alone large wings or even large jaws. Packing so many nutrients into such a small body comes with unintended side effects. For the Scourgette, this fact has drastic implications when they are alone. You see, if they are forced into solitude, Scourgettes tend to grow without end, and do so quite quickly. The largest known Scourgette was found in the ocean north of Newid Isle, and was so large that when the Celestrians took charge of its removal, ocean levels dropped an entire 2 feet. Normal Scourgettes avoid this fate by occasionally raising the dead. Let's deal with them. We will deal with them post-haste. I don't understand why they're blue and green. Why they have evolved to have unhinged jaws like this and giant rubber tongues is entirely beyond me. But apparently, something to do with snakes? I don't know. We need to find more snake breeds in the world to get a better idea of what the manguinis are like. You can be attacked. Charles, I need you to blow them up. And Bolts and Nuts, you can attack the thing. 62 damage. What are you going to do? You're going to slash with your claws. 10 points of damage weaker. Charles, you probably didn't need to boom because it's just one enemy. Zing! Don't you shake your hips at me. It's still dead. Sorry about that, friend. You tried your best. Scourgettes can raise the dead, which is a minor thing, but be aware of it because if you're weak, enemies that can raise the dead are dangerous, believe it or not. Mandrake Major, you're yet another new enemy for me to fight. And there is the other one, a Wordle, but they are oblivious. They are blue dragons, but they are oblivious blue dragons, which means I and the tomes can get a jump on them. Mandrake Majors are usually the guiding strategic force in the Wyvern Coalition. Formed centuries ago to stand against the invading humans, the dragons of the Protectorate decided that to protect their mountain homes, they needed to show overwhelming force from the beginning of all conflicts. This strategy was successful in that their show of fiery force stopped human expansion into the Ulbaroon Mountains, but it was at the cost of the lasting animosity of the humans. Currently, there is an unspoken understanding that if left alone, neither would interfere with the other. Wordles are the aquatic reconnaissance force of the Wyvern Coalition. Despite the obvious nature of their horns, Wordles are able to near seamlessly disguise themselves as regular turtles to fool most land-based life. They certainly use this to their advantage, such as when Private James Turtle infiltrated a human schooner that was carrying intelligence that allowed the Coalition to successfully carry out Operation Horseradish. These foolish lizards have no idea what they've signed up for. I am going to use Poplar Toppler. No, I'm not, because that's good for plants. I'm going to show off Helm Splitter. We will Helm Split the Mandrake Major, because I might as well call you a Lizzlefoes at this point. Charles, you can go Boom, because why the heck not? Bolts, you can go for that, and Nuts, you can go for the Wordle. Wordles, well, they're good with letters. Wordle is a good Wordle obsession. Sometimes they're obsession. Wow, that's power. I just cleaved that guy's skull in half. Our power cannot be comprehended. And Nuts get a level. Neat. Level 30. Look at those stats. I definitely approve of those stats. 134, 4 points of HP, some more MP. Always good, always good. 5 skill points. What do we want to put our skills into? Probably Spears 76. Multi-thrust would be nice. Getting to 100, that's 42 whole points. That's a long ways away. I want, actually, putting it into Faith to get more MP would honestly be pretty nice. Maximum MP is increased by 10. Fantastic. That is a nice little upgrade. I believe with those 2 fights, we've cleared out all of the enemies. Because I believe there's only like 4 of them, 4 new ones in this area, so I suppose we could just continue onwards. I suppose, yeah, Manguinis, Wordles, well, it's actually not, because there is a crab, but we'll find the crab on the way up there. Yeah, we don't need, why? Is this some kind of vengeance thing? Do you guys have, like... Why does everyone always go for Charles? What is it about Charles that makes everyone want to kill him? Like, it boggles the mind. Like, I just don't understand. Is it, like, does he have a punchable face? Is it the hat? Do I need to get Charles a new hat? Because I will get him a new hat if I need to. Maybe he just needs to get stronger. You're only level 29. Get a level. Ooh, it drops a treasure chest. Dragon scale. I believe a dragon scale might actually be an accessory. I don't think it's an alchemical ingredient. I could be completely wrong, but I don't believe I am. Don't touch me. I'm a germaphobe. I'm not a germaphobe, but it's a good excuse to stay away from manguinis. They drool on everything. Berry bush. There are crabs in this direction, but I want to check out that accessory now that I'm in a new area. The Erdus marshlands. We're here proper style. Equipment. Yes, I believe it is an accessory. Yeah, there it is. It is an accessory. Dragon scale. A warrior's ward made of a worm's scale. It will increase your defense by 5 points, which is interesting. It's not really helpful for anyone. It's definitely an ingredient for alchemy, but it's also just a thing that you can equip, so something to be aware of. Look at all these ninja badges. We've already covered them, which is fine by me. We need to go north here, but there is one crab we need to fight. Oh, crab. Oh, crab. Where are you, crab? Crabs. I feel like I've made that joke in this exact same place before. Where are they? There you are. Do we need to explore the Erdus marshlands? I mean, we might as well. We're already over here. Crabber Dabber Doos. These are my favorite enemy names in the entire game. Probably. I'm only saying that right now because it's true in this current moment, but that might change if we find any cooler enemies. I just like, it reminds me of my early childhood when I would watch Flintstones because it's Yabba Dabba Doo and Scrappy Doo, but we don't talk about him. The salt content of the blood and flesh of Crabber Dabber Doos is astronomically high. It is so high that scientists are barely comfortable with classifying these creatures as normal carbon-based life forms. Their internal salinity is so extreme that any amount of exposure to the inner fluids of these crabs will near instantly mummify anything. It has been theorized that the reason why the world's oceans are saltwater at all is because of deceased Crabber Dabber Doos diluting those very waters. 60 damage. I want Alaskan king crab leg. I'm like, it's been a long time since we've had crab in the family, and I'm like, I really want crab. They're not exactly the strongest of creatures, but they are good for sustenance. Let's explore the marshlands. Oh, you guys. Sure, if this is the monster culling episode. This is an episode that should hopefully satiate the bestiary for quite a long time, so I don't have to do this in the future. Well, I will have to do it in the future quite a lot because, oh my god, there's so many monsters. 307. But we have to deal with them. So badges, gastropods, or giddy gastropods, should I say. Take it away as we kill them. The shells of giddy gastropods possess remarkable hypnotic powers. Giddy gastropods use this property of their shells to befuddle prey and lull them into a fugue state so powerful that their prey feels not even the tiniest bit of pain, even while they are slowly eaten by the gastropod. For a strange reason, this effect of the shells occurs entirely independently of the gastropods themselves, which incidentally causes the fugue state to infect even those gastropods who live within the shells. They rarely escape this state on their own and must rely on passers-by to awaken them. Ow, 12 damage? How dare you? Have this 63 damage in return. They remind me of the creatures from the Lanayru Desert in Skyward Sword. I want to go gastropod surfing. I feel like that should be a sport. Like log rolling. It should be like log roll. We put them in a river, and then we just log roll on their shells. That is the greatest thing. No, don't. Wow, thank you, Magic Rock, just standing in the middle of a thing. There's a Treeville on the bridge. Why are there so many creatures? At least we'll potentially get some good level ups, maybe. Some good experience, if nothing else. Bye, Treeville. You're probably not strong enough to deal with Bolts, Nuts, and Charles. Hopefully. Oh no, he's dancing all weird like. Ow, my MP. How dare. Poke. Dead. We are gardeners of the world. Come on, someone more than nuts needs to get a thing. Is there nothing over here? Why did I come over here? It's probably because oh, there's something up. Oh, there's something up at the top. Oh, I have to go up to the top, don't I? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Go away. How do I? Oh, gotta bridge and then north, and then over. Lovely. I have no idea what those items are, but if they're not useful, I'm gonna scream because this is such a detour that I didn't even need to take. I don't need to be over here. What are these things? Emerald moss? I could get this from stupid Sallow Marauders a million years ago. Well, now we have an endless supply, technically, of emerald moss, so hooray for moss. Don't touch me, trees. We need to get out, away from this. Who put up all of these wooden bridges? It's like, why would you connect your marshland with wooden bridges? That can't be good for the economy. These crabs. Luckily, you can evade crabs quite easily because they scuttle along their sides. And, well, there's no depth perception when you can only face 90 degrees at any given time. Such is the curse of the Crabber-Dabber-Doo. What does the sign say? Dynne reads the sign because that is something I have the ability to do. North lies the great Lugazar Plains. Along the river to the west lies the Erdis Marshlands. We've already cleared out the Erdis Marshlands. So now we shall clear out, we probably won't, but we could, if we so desired, we could clear out the Lugazar Plains, but I don't want to because that's a lot of enemies, and I don't necessarily want to deal with them. Because there are, if I see any mummies, because I don't know how common some of them are, I want to get to the town. That's the only thing that matters to me at this point. Because this is a lot of ground to cover. Like, look at this map. It's real big. It is a large area. Large, flat, open land, which is the literal definition of, don't touch me, get in town quickly. I'm being chased by radioactive bison. It's interesting coming here in the middle of the night, but welcome to a new town. It has been a hot minute, but this is Batsurag. It's home to the Plains people. These are the tribe's men and women. We shall talk to them and ingratiate ourselves into their society so I can buy things. You're a face my eyes have not seen before. Your feet have brought you to the settlement of Batsurag. You have traveled much distance. I believe you must be here to see Saran Rap. You are here to be given wisdom by Saran Rap. Probably. Sorry, no one in Batsurag knows how to pronounce their name, and I apologize for it, but, like, just as long as you say it relatively close, like Saran Surfer, or it doesn't even need to sound it relatively close, as long as you start it with Saran and then are like give it appropriate oomph, like Saran Surfer. She'll be like, yes, you know my name. She'll know who you're talking to based on your ability to go like Saran. You can even just go Saran. And that'll suffice. Anyway, who are you? I'm in a store. Do you sell things? We are surrounded with many monsters. You would be wise to buy from some weapons for the fighting. You will be wise to buy from me some weapons for fight. Right, Plains dialect. We have to learn how to speak Plains. Is that plain dialect heavy enough? What do you have for sale? A bandit blade. That's not good enough. That's like 50 points weaker than my giant axe. I'm not getting... We probably actually don't really need weapons because I think the weapons I got from those proficiency mastery quests in Swinedimbles are incredibly powerful. The Valkyrie sword, a fine-edged blade wielded by famous female fighters. That's still quite weak. The Sandstorm Spear. I believe the Sandstorm Spear might be good for a certain recipe in the future, but be aware that the Sandstorm Spear is sold in Batsurag. A spear that sends sand to blind baddies if used as an item in battle. Might be useful. Partisan. Still not as good. Didn't I make one of those with alchemy back in Bloomingdale to make a trident? Partisan's probably not that helpful. The Assassin's Dagger would be a benefit to Charles, but not the bolts, who's the only one who cares. The Lightning Staff, definitely not something worth my time. And no one uses any of these other things. Well, we use battle axes. Or, we use axes, but the battle axe is not something that I desire because it's like 35 points weaker. Warhammer. That's like 52 points weaker. We could use hammers, and we'll use them eventually. Edged Boomerang. Do we need boomerangs for someone? Cruiserang. Did we need boomerangs? I don't think any of us needed boomerangs or bows. Yeah, you don't have anything worth my time. Sorry to say, but your weapons are inconsequential. I'll steal your clothes, though, because nothing says I am welcome in the community than being able to waltz into someone's tent and steal their apparel. Maybe the armor shop, though, has something better. You're a stranger. I am a stranger, and this is one fine day to come by. I am looking for the Arizona Ranger. He may or may not have had a big iron on his hip. You may call me Texas Slime, because, you know, the slime in Texas is, well, not even I, the third greatest guardian in the observatory, would want to have that as my flock. Mainly because Texas is so big. Do you have any idea how long I'd have to travel and fly? I'd become the first greatest Celestrian just because of how strong my wings would have to be. Yes, I want your armor. Do you have anything? I have like $38,000. Flame shield? Ooh, I could buy flame and ice shields. Flame and ice shields. They are the same, but one is fireproof and the other is ice-proof, if used as an item in battle. They look good, like a shield that builds a fireproof barrier if used as an item and an ice-proof barrier. They're good shields. I might buy one. I might buy two for each of them. Charles and Nuts, that is. Like, who would benefit? I don't know who would benefit. I might buy both of them. It's like $19,000. It's a lot of money. Or, 10,900, not 19,000. 10,900, because I can math. Male coif. Male cowl. I'm fairly certain that's another thing that can be used for alchemy recipes. Hocus hat. Ooh, I might get, I probably want to get that for Charles. Yeah, I want to get that for Charles because that's an upgrade and it can only be equipped by Charles. The Hocus hat, an enigmatic extra of which enchanters are often enamored. I will enamor this straight onto Charles's head. It's good defense and it's got a few extra points of magical might, which is pretty fantastic. That is a good upgrade for Charles. Hopefully, now that he's taken off his stupid hat, he won't be attacked so much, but I know better. The Hunter's Hat. It's something that can only be equipped by armamentalists, which is not something that we have. Ear Cozy. Be aware that ear cozies are another item used in an infinite money recipe. If you alchemize this with bunny ears in Zir, and then one other item, lamb's wool, that you can also buy in Batsareg, you can make an item that sells for more than the sum of its parts. So just like the gold mail from Bloomingdale with the silver mail and the gold rings, you can use this as another item. So if you come here before Bloomingdale, which is an impossibility, but it's another way you could do it. So you can use them together. So I might take advantage of that in the future. I don't know. Battler's Band. Ooh, this is for a gladiator. Guarding garb that bedecks the brow of many a gladiator. I feel like I really like the slime hat, but the Battler's Band is only 8 extra points of defense and no extra effects, so I'm gonna do a hard pass. I prefer my slime hat, but I'll buy one. I have enough money. I do have enough money to buy one. I don't necessarily want to buy one right now. I'll keep it in mind, though. Themysciran Mail, a flexible defensive garment for female fighters, of which we possess none. The Strong Sam. Why do I keep switching the screens? Just keep it on this. An unrestricted outfit that's much loved by female martial artists. We don't have any of those either. A fur vest. It's a fur vest. Fervent vest. A body-hunging boys wear that fends off fire and ice-based attacks. It's pretty good for fire and ice defense, which is fine. It's pretty good defenses for Charles. I mean, Charles does need it. Does his thing? I'll look into it. Themyscira and fingerwear. We don't have any more female fighters anyway. Archers, arm guards. We do not have armamentalists. But it's good for deftness, which is good. If you have armamentalists, you might want to consider it. Blue skirts, we've already seen those. Themysciran bottom. You can buy the entire Themysciran set if you have a female fighter. Chainmail socks. I'm not sure how practical chainmail socks would be. Chunky chainmail legwear for a class that we don't have. What would the class be? What are the other classes? Probably... I know there's a sage. There's... I'm completely forgetting the other two. Doesn't matter. Steppers. Paralysis preventing leg wear. Beloved by roaming rangers. Again for the armamentalist. Green tights. They're for everyone. They're just green tights. They deflect death magic, apparently. If you have a pair of green tights, you can resist the very fabric of death magic. Someone can try and kill you, and you could just point to your green tights and be like, haha, no can do, Uno reverse card, and they'll drop dead because of your style. Agila boots, also for armamentalists. Wow, a lot of things for armamentalists, and we cannot do anything with them. We have bought one hat. You know what? No, you guys are getting new shields. I'm buying you new shields. I want those shields. Give me the fire and ice shields. These are my shields of fire and ice. Who's getting the fire? Nuts. You're dressed in red, so you get the flame shield. Charles, you're getting the ice shield. And I fully realize that now that I have bought these, the next time we fight an ice or a fire enemy, we will drop those shields, and I will have extras. Which I suppose I can maybe use in alchemy. But I suppose it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing that says I'm in a new town and dropping like 20 grand on shields and stuff. Can I do this in the day? We didn't get to see the town in the middle of the day. Oh, 5 gold. I hope that pays for my restful rest. Wow, you have cow manure inside pots inside your inn. That must be quite odorous. Welcome to the inn, weary travelers. Yes, there are 4 of us, 24 gold. Stay overnight, please. Yes, please. I would greatly appreciate this. We need to go see Saran Wrap, apparently. I don't know. Did anyone say that? We haven't talked to a lot of people. There's not a lot. It was probably because I was out in the middle of the night. Now that it's daytime, we should be able to talk to more people. Hello, person. Charles is wearing your ancestral hat, so we should be good. There is a beast who comes to our settlement with an eye for our leader. The beast is as a savage monkey. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This sounds like a job for your new guardian. We are with the fortune that Saran stands at our leader's side. We have nothing to fear from the beast. It sounds like Saran Wrap is a good bodyguard. I commend them their service to the plains. A mysterious beast comes to our settlement in recent times. It has no eyes for our animals or for our people. It is only with interest in our chief. Has your chief done any strange rituals with a cow, a duck, and chocolate recently? Because as a Celestrian, I really shouldn't say anymore. If you're not already aware of it, if I put things into your head, is that a sheep? That's a sheep. Bah, bah. Don't ask me to name a spider, Mr. Sheep, or to find a battery for a automatron. I don't know what I'm referencing. Saran Wrap used her mysterious powers to heal this lamb's ills. Yet now it is with fear that cannot be explained. I am with doubts. Is Saran Wrap really a wolf in sheep's clothing? Ooh, the words of a child cast aspersions on the Saran Wrap. May I suggest potentially looking into aluminum foil? Cling Wrap. If you're not a fan of Saran Wrap, Cling Wrap. It's just a different brand name, but you know, it could work out better for you. Another sheep. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Ba ba black sheep, can we talk to horses? No. Wow, that's a very deep-voiced horse. You must be a Mudsdale in a past life. Because Mudsdales, they weigh like 800 pounds. plus 1,200 extra pounds. This is out of its corral. What are you doing? No, no. They're echoing. The horses are echoing across the plains. Arf, 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 arf. Arf. What a wonderful dog. What a wonderful dog. Oh, a normal shop. The normal shop is in the caves. We need to do this. And by do this, I mean we need to... Hello, can I break your pots? In full view of the father of the cave, we break this man's pots. What an idiot I am. I collapsed from hunger out in the plains. I would have been done for if these people hadn't helped me. The plains are much bigger than you think. You need to be well prepared before setting out to cross them. Welcome to my item shop. I set up this shop in an effort to do some small good back to the community of Batsarag. You're here to buy? I am here to buy. I will support my local economies. Mainly by buying lamb's wool. We need a lot of lamb's wool. How much is 100? Why can I buy so much? It's because it's an item and not a piece of equipment. I could probably get like 999 items. Interesting. Lamb's wool. It's a good thing that you can technically buy this here because, again, infinite money if you're so desired. Anyway, that's good to know. You don't have anything that I want to buy in the immediate, but it's good to be aware. Why do you have one random picture of a palm tree? Very strange. And why do you just have 2 random stools? And what is this? Some kind of like some esoteric painting of a gastropog? What? Why do you have like such minimal? Like I understand like men of the cloth and like being like embracing the minimalist idea, but like maybe a little bit more in the terms of chairs, unless your flock like to sit on the dirt. The wind brought saran. Saran wrap satellite rally point. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep calling him saran wrap because that's what everyone. We're a plains people who've made our millions off of saran wrap. We're the largest importer and exporter of saran wrap on this side of the Protectorate. So like, if you need saran wrap, it's coming from Batsarag. The saran wrap, Batsaragian saran wrap is actually made up of very, very, very finely woven lamb's wool, which is why we have like 2 sheep, because the rest of the world, you're not going to find any sheep. Like, at best, at absolute best, you'll find some like dirty lamb's wool, but that'll just be like dirty lamb's wool. It won't be like the finely clean, finely woven saran wrap wool of Batsarag. It's definitely the reason why we're so famous. Who are we talking about? Who is with great beauty and she possesses many mysterious powers? Many mysterious powers. I need to interrogate her about her fruit habits recently, probably. Your face is unknown to my eyes. Oh, you come from across the ocean. I am with shock. This is a very verbose child. I feel like I should pluck out your eyes. That is a reference to Earthbound, because Prince Pooh. Was he a prince? I haven't played Earthbound in like 18 years. Oh god, what is in that house? Have we spoken? We've spoken to you. You're talking, you staring into the fire. A grandmother. You have a pixel art painting of a horse. Did you get that at the Batsarag Comic Con? Where you show off your saran wrap? How are you doing today? The female with the name Saran Wrap heals injuries with her strange powers, but she only offers those powers to those that obey or orders well. Everyone believes she is a great help to our tribe, but I am without trust in her. This female is very suspicious. These people, at least I can understand you. You have the discrepancy, propensity. You have, my words are non-existent today. I don't know what it is. It's Charles. Charles is emitting some kind of magic field. It's because I got him a new hat. It's either the new hat or because the party hasn't quite reached thermal equilibrium. By introducing a flame shield and an ice shield into the mix of the party, it's creating conflicting thermal vibes. Like, the atoms, that are vibrating to create heat. They don't know whether to slow down because of Charles's ice shield or speed up because of Nuts' flame shield. So they're just like, some are slowing down, others are speeding up, and it's creating gravitational thermal vibrations that are reaching me across quantum dimensions, and is making me stupid, which is not something that takes a lot of energy. It's very simple to make me feel and sound like an idiot, because I am one. But presumably, if you're watching 31 episodes of this series, you know what you've been getting into. And if you're watching 31 episodes of this series, you're probably watching a lot of episodes of other series, and you know this is who I am. I'm a mess. But you're here anyway. Hello, 3-dimensional. You are special, I can tell. I can tell by the fact, wow, you can move around in the world. You are extremely special. You have another, can I check this wardrobe? Open the wardrobe. I have stolen more people's clothes. I will talk to the 2-dimensional person first. Batzorg, Batzorig, Batsureg, and Batzorig. I will confuse these names and conflate them with the skill of a master, probably. Batzorig is with weakness. When he was a boy, he would cry rivers of tears if his mother left his side. Now his mother is no longer in this world. I am with the mind that he has great loneliness inside of his heart. The boy is a mama's boy. I will wean you off of the need to be with your mother, even though I understand it. I have not seen my mother in about 3,700 years. Well, the Celestrians don't really have mothers, but the one who taught me, before Aquila came along, there was like the Celestrian matron who taught us like etiquette and history and like general education and stuff like that. And well, a lot of us called her mom because, you know, we wanted to be like the humans. It was a phase. She understood. She was fine with it. You have come from across the ocean. I am called Batzorig. I am the son of the tribe leader Bathtub. Batcan. I am the son of Batman. As your eyes have observed, we are a quiet people with few distractions in our camp. Oh, now that I am here, I will either create or find distractions. You have no idea how easy and how incredibly efficient I am at sniffing out distractions. I will see a pot, and I'll be like, I will wax poetic about the sheen of the pottery, the glaze of a pot for like 20 straight minutes, and then I'll break said pot. And then I'll be like, thank you for your $2 or your horse manure. And if it's $2, I'll be on my way because I'm done with the distraction. But if it's horse manure, then, and only then, will I find another distraction in being able to talk about the horse manure for a further 20 minutes. Because then I could be like, why do you have a pot of horse manure in the inn right next to a bed? I either stole the bathroom, like I stole a bathroom bucket, which says a lot about me personally, or they just keep a pot of manure inside of their inns, which says a lot about them. All I'm trying to say is, I will sniff out shit and distractions with the speed and efficiency of a god. Not even the Almighty could beat me out when it comes to finding distractions. You'll relax well here. Something tells me I won't. Like, I don't know if you know me, but if a man with a giant axe dressed in a really snazzy vest and blue clogs and a slime hat comes into your town, your entire culture is about to be upended, because only people who are downright batshit insane dress like I do. And have you seen my party members? Nuts is like the only coherent one. And then like Bolts, well, I don't even want to comprehend what goes in her mind when she gets dressed, because I not like I'd ever want to like peep on Nuts and Bolts while they get dressed, but like I've never seen them change clothes. Like they manifest different clothes on them. I've never seen them change though, which is a weird thing. Because like normally when you're living out on the plains in one singular tent on a train or on a boat, it's just natural. You see people take off their shoes and socks, and you're like, I've never seen them take off their shoes and socks. I don't even know if Bolts owns a pair of socks. It's the strangest. Anyway, sorry, distractions. I'll find them no matter what. This is the yogurt of our tribe leader, Batman. Yurt. Oh, sorry. Yurt, yogurt, same thing. Yurt is just a shortened, condensed form of yogurt. We've just dehydrated it and then, rehydrated because words escape me. Why? Why do people listen to me? I don't even make sense to my own ears. The yurt is the name of our dwellings. I will not get this confused with the dairy treat that I find to be quite delicious. Who remembers Go-Gurt? We build our yurts across the plains and we live in them. Yes, I am familiar with your yurt and your teepees. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a revolving yurt. Let's go inside the yurt. Hello, people. I am here. You are all in 3 dimensions. Can I have $16? You don't have any cow manure, so you pass my distractions test. What a nice picture of a horse. Is it mid-gallop, or is it doing a handstand? Only the gods may know. Vikings. They're Vikings! They're plains nomadic tribe Vikings. See, this table of, this chair layout makes sense. Not necessarily where the table is, because if you move the table, up a bit, you could have the chairs be on both sides, across from each other. But as it stands, you're probably his advisor, which makes sense if you want to, lean over and talk into his ears, that you'd be at, the head of the table. And you can always, keep one eye peeled on the door. You can always just, glance over at the door. It's actually probably a rather smart place to have the chair, because if someone wants to assault the yurt king, Batman, they'd have to go through. It's a good setup. Actually, now that I think about the strategy involving your table and chair setup, it's a good strategy. Anyway, sorry, enough distractions. I will find them anywhere. Hello, I am the tribe chief, Batcon. Don't get me confused with my brother, Batman. He is a different individual entirely. I'm not legally allowed. He'll sue me out the rear end. The reason why we live in tents is because my brother sued us for all of our gold. He left us with the saran wrap empire, but that's the only thing we have left to our name. So, anyway, you must be the visitor from the land across the seas. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There are several. How did you know that I'm here? I got in town last night. I stayed overnight. There's probably ample amount of time for you to be like, oh, we've got a new visitor. Intriguing. An intriguing character. Greetings. I am Saran Setstral. How are you called? Ah, you are called Dynne, 3rd most powerful guardian. What is a guardian? Well, don't get me wrong, I know what a guardian is, but you sounded as if that was a special title, and I was inquiring as to the nature of the special title. Anyway, what brings you to the Great Plains, Dynne? I am here for fruit. I'm looking for golden figs of the divine variety. I want to make the ultimate fruit salad, involving figs, 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 another fig, and believe it or not, more figs. Yes, if the only thing you've taken out of my conversation thus far is that the fruit is shiny, I question your ability to help lead the plains people. I know of no such things. Sure, I'm just going to completely pretend that you're magic, that you're now ingratiating yourself into the tribes people's upper echelons of society. This is just because you want to get to Batman, doesn't it? Saran Wrap wants to take vengeance on Batman, and so they're using the power of the fig to ingratiate themselves into Batcan's periphery, their inner circle. This is all an elaborate plot. No woman would have a shawl that large if she didn't have something to hide. What troubles you, Saran Wrap? It is unlike you to react so. Has this careless traveler given you offense? No, he hasn't given me offense. At best, it would be, chain link, and we can melt the metal down and repurpose the roller pins for the Saran Wrap roller. It's a good fence. I did not take it, though. I need to pay him. The conversation is concluded. Get the hell out of my yurt. Do not take any yogurt. You are not allowed to pass go or collect any of it. We don't know anything about fruits. Be gone. Your forgiveness, please. The chief is a man with much business to attend to. We have an export of saran wrap going over to swine dimples and traveling across the oceans and the marshal. It's like, have you ever tried to support and support a transport of saran wrap through a marshland where the trees are alive. It's terribly difficult. They always get it confused with plastic, and, well, it's bad. We can't allow the trees to get access to plastic, because then they'll suffocate themselves and they'll die, and then we'll die, because we won't have any more trees to produce oxygen, because... Anyway, I'm talking your ear off. Would you visit us again soon, please? Father, you summoned me. You have a stupid haircut. It's a weird haircut, because, like, half of it is, like, shorn off, but you have, like, a ponytail. It's like a weird inverted bowl cut. Your lack of punctuality brings disrespect upon your father, Batzorig. Where have you been? Sorry, I was eating the beans. I was really hungry. I was thinking of many things. Time escaped me. Time escapes this man as quickly and as easily as words escape me. It is good that you busy yourself with such ruminations. It is fit for a future chief to be with great consideration. I thank you, saran, sir. Only you speak such kind words to me. She's manipulating Batman, Batcorin, and Batzorig. She wants a marriage. She's trying to undermine the entire yurt operation. Regardless, what is with you, Dynne? You've come into my town, you come into my yurt, speak to me and my associates, and you never ever shut up. The reason why you're over here is you've just been kicked out of every other settlement you've been in, haven't you? Like, no, that's not the case. They haven't kicked me out. They willingly paid me to leave. That's not being kicked out. I've never been banished from any location. Just because Aquila and Apis Major and even Columbo are like, you talk a lot, kid, doesn't mean I am insufficient or incapable of doing the jobs of a guardian. That's what I do. I talk my enemies to death. I summoned you here for a reason. You know, of course, of the beast that has attempted to harm me. I wish for you to hunt down and destroy it. Kill it with all due haste. You are the son of a chief. Such tasks are fitting to one of your standing. Even though you don't have nearly as a luxurious beard such as myself. Of course, father, I will honor your name and hunt the beast as you request. But to carry out such an undertaking requires careful preparation. Allow me some time before I am to set out. No, you are to set out immediately. Everyone, come quickly. Such clamor. Something is wrong outside. Well, obviously, because people are screaming. The beast comes! This sounds like a job for a guardian. No, it is among us again, the infernal beast. You are prepared, Batzorig. The time has come for you to defeat our enemy. Post haste. I have to do the battle now? This quickly? I cannot. I am without strength. Oh, he's hiding under a bed. Without strength or without courage. So be it. If my son is weak, I will deal with the beast myself. Wow, his ankles must be incredibly powerful or very limber, loose ankles for him to be able to like that would make for a great ankle exercise if you could just like balance on your ankles and then just like either a good exercise or like a really funky dance. He's got like a really funky dance going on right now. Wait, Batman, or Batcon, if you are harmed, who will lead our tribe? Well, he does have a kid. Dynne, you appear to be a warrior of some strength. What gave it away? My snazzy boxers, the giant axe that's bigger than the person that is standing in front of you, or the slime hat? I could beat the beast, and I will, because, well, I am the guardian of Batzorig now. I've stepped foot into this town, and thus I am its guardian. Will you stand in the chief's stead and rescue our village from peril? I suppose. We are with utmost gratitude. Now go forth and face this wicked beast. I suppose I will. How are you, you have insane toe strength to balance your body. You are not with the mind to fight the beast, I hope. I am with great fear that you will receive an injury fighting for nomads you barely know. Please stop. I don't need to know your people to know that I will save you. If you show courage, I am with the belief that the chief will overcome his mistrust of savages. Are you a bigot of savages? Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to dissuade you because humans are somewhat savage in some scenarios, but I'm learning that some of them are better than others. If they're onion soup, French onion soup, that is anything to go by. They are capable of making good things. If Saran Wrap speaks it, then it must be so. You will assist us. You don't command me, though. Unfortunately for you, I operate on my own time frame, and that time frame is, I have no idea. We're done. I'm going to pass out. I'm going to manipulate the fabric of time and space to buy myself an infinite amount of potential time, wherein everything that exists outside of this yurt does not exist. We are the only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that exist in all of reality. Well, 8 if you count the picture of the horse. 8.5, depending on how sentient the helmet is. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap, and Batsureg can act as if he was a grieving widow crying at his lover's bedside, even though the bed may or may not be empty because I have died and have been since taken to a crematorium. And with that, I am done. I can stretch out an episode to take 50 minutes for what can easily take 5. I can make an episode 10 times as long as it by all rights should be. But that is the skill and the power. That is my special God-given talent. The Almighty has blessed me with a talent, and it is to never, ever, ever shut up, and to make it seem like I can move very small distances without ever moving my feet. We'll go fight the beast in the next episode. So whether you watched this one for 30 seconds or the entire thing like an absolute mad lad, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode of Dragon Quest IX. Sentinels of There Is Shit in the Inn. Later.